Hello. Good morning. In the last class, we discussed about the decision tree and how to split on the attribute that we have seen there. That was to classify our data set or maybe the regression. Based on the given data set, we had to pick that the attribute on which we'll split the positive class as well as negative class, or if there are multiple classes exist, then we have to split in that way. Like for this example, what we did in the last class, we studied about we have gone through this example where based on the different attributes like weather, temperature, humidity, and wind, based on the conditions or entries of this attribute, whether the play will occur or not, that was decided. So there are some specific value mentioned for each of the attribute, and the attributes are responsible to decide this will occur or not. And there are 10 instances or 10 samples. We observe these 10 samples and the pattern of this attribute. Based on that, the decisions one was made where the play will occur or not. Only single attribute could not make the decision. That's why we had to take the help of the multiple attribute. Okay, so first we take weather for sunny as well as cloudy as well as rainy, we have to check what is the condition of the temperature. So weather is sunny and temperature is hot. Then we have to take again the humidity, which is high. So based on this values, we have to split our data set based on how many positive classification we are getting or positive value we are getting. That is how many times it is saying the play will occur and how many times it is saying the play will not occur. The split we have to find out perfectly. So that was our problem. That was our given problem, and this splitting thing is called our decision tree because we have to take decision that which attribute we should pick each of the time for further splitting. Okay, like here we have taken this weather. There are three of the weather attributes. One is sunny, another is cloudy, another is rainy. Based on that, only these three attributes, three value could not take the decision whether the or not. However, the cloudy itself can find out the decision that if the weather is cloudy, then the play will happen, and it is always yes. But for sunny as well as rainy, there are again plus negative entries for the decision, or for sunny weather the play may occur or may not occur. To decide if the weather is sunny, then humidity is here to help us, and whether sunny and when the humidity is high, then always the result we are getting that is no, and we can check this decision tree based on this given example. So whatever the decision made here, based on that you can check for all the entries whether this is satisfying the resultant value in the given example, like whether the play will happen or not. That is the thing it is happening here. The weather is sunny and humidity is high, showing that the result is no. Well as when the weather is sunny and humidity is normal, it is always saying that yes, the play will occur. So here we have taken the help of the three attributes. So weather, humidity, and wind. So based on this three attributes, we can cover all the things. We can cover all the things to find out the decision. So that's why the decision tree is the our concept प्ले बैडमिंटन. तो बैडमिंटन गेम प्ले होगा कि नहीं उसके लिए ये डिसीजन से हम लोग बनाए हैं फॉर द गिवन एग्जांपल. सो इफ नाउ generating the decision tree based on this given example. If some new instance come, like for 11th instance, suppose and suppose the weather is raining, which is that means the new instance is not identical to any of the stable. Then how it will work? That is our main model to find out that how the decision tree is working, right? Suppose we will take some, we will take one instance, the entry of the instance does not match with any other entries of the same examples. Then how the decision will take, the decision tree will take the decision. Suppose weather is our sunny, and suppose I'm taking, I'm writing using the annotation. Suppose I'm using the annotation. Suppose our problem is new cloudy, new instance, cloudy, then suppose coming mild. Okay, cloudy, mild for what? Mild for temperature. Cloudy is our weather. Mild is suppose our temperature, and high normal. What is it? This was humidity. Okay, humidity. Humidity. Suppose it is our cloudy, mild. Suppose this is normal. Suppose normal. Huh? The last attribute value. Suppose I am taking last attribute value, which is wind. Wind is our what? Weak. Weak. Wind is weak. Then what will be the result? If this instance comes, what will be the result? Whether it will play or not. To check, we will go to this decision tree which has been made here. Okay. So based on this decision tree, let's check whether we could take the decision or not. So if weather is cloudy, that means we will take this path. Whether if weather is cloudy, then we will take this path. And always it is giving yes. So whatever the other attributes are given here, irrespective of that, whatever the other attributes are given here, irrespective of that, we can say that our answer is yes. We can say our answer is yes. Now, suppose the weather is not given cloudy, it is suppose sun. Okay, so this is suppose sunny. Then what will happen? I'm writing sunny. Okay. Weather is sunny. If weather is sunny, how will take decision? The decision will be weather is sunny, so we'll take this part. Then comes then we will take the humidity, because here in this part we have taken the help of the attribute humidity and we have not used anything for the temperature. We are not taking decision based on the temperature. So no necessity what is the temperature value is what is the decision value will be for the temperature, because that is not included in our decision tree. So we will go for humidity. Humidity is our normal. Okay, humidity is normal. Then the result is yes. Result is wet. Yes. Okay. So we have taken this path. This path we are getting our decision. So this decision tree, which has been made by the training, by following the training example where the 10 instances are given, we have made this decision tree. So based on this decision tree, we take any decisions for this 4 attribute value, whatever the 4 attributes, any combination of this 4 attribute value you will get. You see that you can take the decision because you have made this decision tree. That was our last day's example and last day's discussion. So now the question is how we will make this decision tree and which attribute we will take first, which will not take for anymore, or after first stage what attribute should be taken. Like here we have taken weather, after that we have taken humidity. Here, why you have not taken temperature, and why you have not taken some other attribute it exists in our given data set, then what attribute we should take for split up our decision tree, that is our main main goal to find out. Okay. Then the answer of this thing, how to make the decision tree, we will go for one example. But you have to know, one is entropy and then another is information gain. Two things we have to know about, that is, one is entropy and another is information gain. Entropy says it is the uncertainty of choosing any decision. It is the uncertainty of choosing any decision at any attribute. Okay, so this is basically saying that uncertainty. Uncertainty means for any attribute, for any attribute value, for any specific attribute value, if some of the decisions are yes and some of the decisions are no, or some of the decisions are positive and some of the decisions are negative, then that attribute is not very good to take decision. Just right. Suppose you have the attribute temperature, right? Temperature value hot, some of the place yes and some of the spaces you can see the place no. Some of the places place no, some of the places it is saying it is yes. So hot temperature, when it is hot, this thing cannot take the right decision that what will happen, whether the play will occur or not. Okay, so this is the uncertainty. For a particular value in an attribute, if you cannot take pretty much good decision for to some extent same number of positive as well as negative results, then the uncertainty is very high, and if the uncertainty is very high, then that the entropy is also very high. So how to calculate the entropy? The calculation of entropy is done in this way, that is minus log minus P log P. And what is the base of this log? Decisions are two, like positive class and negative class. This will be two. Multiple classes. Okay. Then number of classes are three. Then the base will be 3. So it depends on the decisions. What are the decisions are available? Yes, no decision. If the decisions are yes, no, then the base will be 2. Otherwise, it will be decided based on the number of classes, right? So what is P? P is the probability of the occurrence of each of the decisions. Probability of the occurrence of each of the decisions. Okay. So let's check how we can calculate this thing. So this is our entropy minus log, where the base will be calculated. In general, we if we take binary kind of classification thing, then the base maximum cases you will see the base is 2 for decision tree. So we will take one example, right? We'll take one example, we'll see one example, and we will find out that what to do and what not to do for whenever we are going for making the decision tree. Let's check. So here I have given one example. Just one. This is very large. I have to minimize this thing. So I think you can see this now. So decision tree, which attribute in decision tree, which attribute to pick for split. तो कौन सा attribute को हमको उठाना चाहिए split करने के लिए first at the beginning and each of the time we have to take some decision that which attribute we should pick. जैसे कि पहले example हम लोग देखे हैं कि पहले हम लोग weather को pick किए थे, after that we took humidity and another side we took the wind. So why we didn't take the temperature? So this answer this question should be, we have to find the answer for these questions also. तो क्या होगा कि कौन सा को लेके हम स्प्लिटिंग करें? एग्जांपल मैं दी हूँ, तो यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है, there are 6 instances and there are different value for each of the instances for each of the attribute. So let's say for whether I have used the binary classification, and for decision whether the play will happen or not, there are 2 values. One is no, another is yes. Also, there are for this attribute there are true values. One is sunny, another is cloudy. I have not used multiple values because then the thing will get complicated. But if there are multiple values, then whatever the procedure I will follow, the same procedure will be followed for the multiple values also. So first we will check that the basic procedure, then you yourself can do the upgradation or some you can find out the result for some complicated one. Okay, so for temperature, there is hot temperature as well as mild temperature. Okay, for humidity, high and normal humidity, weak and strong. For each of the cases, I have taken only 2 variations. Okay, I have not taken much of the variations. Okay. So now, which attribute is best for sleep? So we don't know what attribute we should speak. We should be for splitting. So we have to check each of the attribute. Then हम लोग को हर एक attribute को उठा के check करना है कि कौन सा अच्छा है. तो पहले हम लोग क्या किए, weather को pick. So we have picked the weather. तो weather कितना है, instances है, how many entries are there in weather? So 6 entries है. वेदर के लिए 6 वैल्यू है, एक है सनी, फिर क्लाउडी, फिर आता है सनी, फिर क्लाउडी, फिर सनी, फिर क्लाउडी. ओके, for the variation of the weather, what are the classification entries or what is the class level we are getting here? No, yes, 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 no, no. So how many positive value we are getting for weather? Or yes value we are getting? So we are getting 1, 3. So there are 4 positive classes for attribute weather. Okay, 4 positive classes we are getting. And how many negative classes we are getting? We are getting 2 negative classes. One no, then this is the second. So 2 negative classes we are getting. Whenever we are going to split on this attribute, there are 4 positive class as well as 2 negative class. Further, if we do the splitting, then value sunny will get one split, and for value cloud we are getting another split. When the value is sunny, how many positive classes we are getting and how many negative classes we are getting? So let's say sunny is here and the entry is no, that means 1 negative value. For another sunny, the value is yes, that means 1 positive value. For another sunny, we are getting no, that means another negative class level or negative value we are getting. So 2 no, 1 yes we are getting when the weather value is sunny. So the thing is that for Sunny split, we are getting one positive example and two negative examples. So see here I have written as the 1 plus 2 minus. That means I am getting positive plus and two negative plus. Here we are getting 4 positive plus and 2 negative plus, and so on. So you should understand in this way that other entries exist for weather. One is sunny and another is cloudy. If there are some other entries, you have to consider that entries too. Okay, so you have to consider all of the entries. Like in our previous example, there was sunny, cloudy, and rainy. So if there exists a rainy entry also, then you have to consider the rainy thing. In the same way, what we have used here. Okay. Cloud check what are the corresponding class level given as the decision for the training set. So this is our training set, because using this training set we are making the decision tree. Then whenever our decision tree is constructed, if we get a new instances where the attribute values are different from the given training set, then also we could make the decision. Okay. So is cloudy. So how many cloudy values are there? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 cloudy values. For each of the cloudy value, what is the entries in class level? So here you are getting yes. For this cloudy, you are getting yes. For this cloudy, you are getting yes. So yes, entries. So this is quite definite value. This is quite definite value. That means we are not getting any other value. Like we are not getting any negative value. So this thing is making very nice decision that if the weather is cloudy, then without thinking of the second attribute, we can make decision that the play will occur. Answer is yes. You can see the uncertainty of here is very low. यहाँ पे कोई uncertainty नहीं है. If the weather is cloudy, then the play will occur. This is a certain thing. Here, sunny, then there is some uncertainty. क्लास मुझे मिला है, 2 नेगेटिव क्लास मिला है, तो ये हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता है. So the uncertainty is more than the cloud split. the value से इसका sunny value होने से इसमें uncertainty ज्यादा होगा. Now we have to measure the amount of uncertainty. So another metric it is called entropy is here to help us to measure the uncertainty. Entropy कैसे हम लोग कैलकुलेट करेंगे? Entropy is the minus t log p base 2. क्यों लिए है? क्योंकि यहाँ पे दो ही वैल्यू हम लोग का है, yes और no. Yes, no, दो वैल्यू है. यहाँ पे अगर मल्टीपल कुछ वैल्यू होता, जैसे 3 क्लास का कोई एग्जांपल होता, जैसे हम लोग फ्लावर सेट को हम लोग यूज किए थे ना, आयरिस फ्लावर सेट, उसमें 3 क्लास था. We had 3 classes, 3 type of flowers. So in that case, if we want to construct the decision tree based on that example, the iris dataset example, if you could remember, you can relate that there we have to, if we use that example, then we have to use the base as 3 and not the 2. Okay, so class problem, so no issue, we will take the base as 2. Okay, minus t log p base 2, that is our entropy for each of the class in each attribute split. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे देखो वेदर को लेके अगर मैं स्प्लिट करूंगी, if you want to split on the weather, after entropy of weather, to calculate entropy of this first split, we have the entropy of this second split. सभी का एंट्रोपी पहले कैलकुलेट करना है. तो उस एंट्रोपी को कैलकुलेट करने के बाद हम लोग क्या करेंगे? इंफॉर्मेशन गेन कैलकुलेट करेंगे. सो इंफॉर्मेशन गेन इज फॉर द ओवरऑल स्पीड. ओके, फॉर द ओवरऑल थिंग वी विल यूज द इंफॉर्मेशन गेन। ऐसा करके जिस एट्रीब्यूट के लिए इंफॉर्मेशन गेन मेरा ज्यादा होगा उसी एट्रीब्यूट को हम पहले पिक करेंगे फॉर द रूट नोड ऑफ द डिसीजन ट्री। ठीक है, तो ऐसा करके बाकी जगह जहां जहां हमें डिसीजन लेना पड़ेगा वहां वहां हम लोग इंफॉर्मेशन गेन कैलकुलेट करेंगे। तो इंफॉर्मेशन गेन में हम लोग बाद में आते हैं। पहले तो यहाँ पे ये जो बोल सकती हूँ के लिए और वेदर का स्प्लिटिंग हो रहा है, जैसे S1 स्प्लिट हम लोग कर रहे हैं और S2 स्प्लिट कर रहे हैं। So from S, namely suppose from S we are getting S1 as well as S2. So for all these things we have to calculate the entropy. Entropy value is minus will be always there, then P log base 2, P log P base 2. P is the probability of each class. Base 2 is for class count which is 2 and P is the probability of each class. तो कितना क्लासेस है यहाँ पे? मेरा 2 क्लासेस है, yes and no. ओके, तो वेदर के लिए मैं एंट्रोपी अभी कैलकुलेट करूंगी. व्हाट विल बी द वेदर ऑफ दिस entropy of this weather. Okay, so actually I have right here minus P log base 2. It's okay, but we have to, whenever we are calculating this weather, we have to write the summation of minus P log base 2 for P stands for probability of each class. Okay, so I should write here the entropy of weather is summation P log P base 2. Summation. That means we have to do positive class as well as negative class, because there are positive class and negative class. So we have to take care of both the thing. Okay. तो चलो देखते हैं के लिए हम लोग कैलकुलेट करते हैं एंट्रोपी. सो will take the positive class. So minus P log P also same as P minus log P. So both the same. Okay, this thing and this things are same. So I have written here P plus the stands for the probability of occurrence of the positive class in weather minus log 2 P plus, that's the probability of positive class. Then we use the summation, that means plus P negative, that means occurrence of the negative class, probability of the occurrence of the negative class, then minus P base 2, where this is P minus value, that means the probability of the negative class here. तो यहाँ पे देखते हैं पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव क्लास का प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है. ठीक है, पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव क्लास का प्रोबेबिलिटी इसको इरेज कर देते हैं. तो यहाँ पे पॉजिटिव क्लास का प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है वेदर में? वेदर में 4 पॉजिटिव क्लास है, 2 नेगेटिव क्लास है. सो व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ द पॉजिटिव क्लास? इट इज 4 by 6, because total number of examples are 6. So total number of examples are 6. Among them 4 are positive and 2 are negative. So probability of the negative class is what? 2 by 6. Probability of the negative class is 2 by 6. So let's put all this value here. 4 by 6 minus log 2 base 4 by 6 plus 2 by 6 into 2 by 6 into minus log 2 base 2 by 6. 2 by 6 stands for the probability of negative class and 4 by 6 is the probability of positive class. So if you solve this equation, you will get this value and you are getting entropy of the weather. This node, you are getting the entropy of this node as 0.8982 value. आपको मिला. ठीक है, so we have calculated the entropy for this. To calculate the entropy for S1 as well as entropy for S2. After calculating all these things, we will calculate the information gain. Okay, so see, I have said that the entropy is the measure of the impurity or uncertainty. Then if the entropy is high, then the uncertainty is high. That means uncertainty means क्या है कि the decision making is not so good if our case is the uncertainty or the entropy is high. तो uncertainty कम होने से क्या होगा कि entropy भी कम होगा. The entropy will be also less. Entropy जब भी घटेगा, that means the decision making is quite certain. Okay? तो एंट्रोपी जब भी हमें 0 मिलेगा, उसका मतलब क्या है कि मेरा वैल्यू या स्प्लिट जो होगा वो कभी मतलब दैट विल बी सर्टेन. तो उस वैल्यू के लिए हमें हर बार सेम रिजल्ट मिलेगा. पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव मिला के नहीं मिलेगा, एक ही वैल्यू मिलेगा. जैसे कि मेरे क्लाउडी के लिए यहाँ पे मिला. So if the weather is cloudy, always I am getting the play is yes. So 3 entries we are getting. So the number of cloudy weather entries in our data set is 3, and for all the cases we are getting yes answer. So that is the certain. So if I want to calculate the entropy of S2, then I will see that the entropy is coming as 0. Now we will see whether it is coming or not, whether the 0 is coming or not, but just for discussion I mentioned that. तो यहाँ पे मैं एंट्रोपी कैलकुलेट किया है के लिए. देन हमें S1 के लिए एंट्रोपी कैलकुलेट करना है. S1 का एंट्रोपी क्या होगा? In the same way we have to calculate entropy for positive class as well as negative class. sunny weather के लिए हमें क्या देखेगा? one positive class था और 2 negative class था. Probability of the positive class is number of positive class upon entries or all classes. तो यहाँ पे कितना टोटल नंबर ऑफ पॉजिटिव क्लास है? नेगेटिव क्लास है 2. टोटल वैल्यू है कितना? मतलब टोटल एंट्रीज सनी वेदर के लिए हमें मिल रहा है 3 एंट्रीज वी आर गेटिंग और 3 इंस्टेंसेस वी आर गेटिंग फॉर सनी वेदर. So the probability of positive class will be what? What will be the probability of positive class when there is sunny? पॉजिटिव मतलब समझ रहे हो ना? जहाँ पे यस आंसर मिल रहा है उसको हम लोग पॉजिटिव बोल रहे हैं. जस्ट फॉर just we are just naming this thing. The number of positive class is here. The number of negative class are how many? Hello. I don't know whom I am talking to. अच्छा, number of positive class यहाँ पे मेरा है 1 and number of negative class are 2. So total values are 1/3 for positive probability. Total values are 2/3 for negative probability. The probability of that negative class. So entropy of S1 is minus 1/3 log base to 1/3 plus the summation of all the classes we have to take. Summation of the entropy of all of the classes we have to take, and here we have only 2 class. So for 2 class we have to take their entropy value, which is for positive entropy value it is 1 minus 1/3 log 2 base 1/3, and for negative entropy value it is plus within the bracket minus 2/3 log 2 base 2/3. The resultant value is 0.528 plus 0.389, which is giving us 0.917. 0.917. Entropy of S2. So how many cloudy weather are here? Here we have 3 cloudy weather. 3 cloudy weather. Of the 3 cases we are getting yes value. So there are positive 3 entries. So among all the 3 entries, all of them are positive. The probability of getting positive if the weather is cloudy, that means probability of playing of the game, if the weather is cloudy, is 3 divided by 3 is 1. That means probability is 1. Then the entropy will be 0. Why the entropy will be 0? Because minus of within the bracket 3 by 3 log 2 base 3 by 3, which is minus log 1, and we, as we know, the value of log 1 is always 0. That is, we are getting the 0 entropy. That means this is very certain. Okay, so when the probability is 0.5 or half, then the entropy is very high. So you can see this graph of the entropy is something like that. If this is our graph, and if probability is this, and suppose this is the probability value 0.5, and this is suppose probability value 0, and this is suppose probability value 1, then the entropy, suppose we are denoting entropy in y-axis, this is suppose our denoting the entropy, that means the measure of the uncertainty, then our diagram or the plot will be something like bell shape, where the probability is 0.5, entropy is highest. Entropy is highest when the probability is 0.5, entropy is highest. And when the probability is 0, then entropy is 0. And when the probability is 1, then entropy is also 1. Okay, entropy is also 1. Probability, entropy is 0. Entropy is 0, and lowest entropy when we are getting highest probability. And when we are getting 50-50 probability, when we are getting the probability value 0.5, then entropy value is highest, and this is denoted by entropy is 1. When we will get binary class split as 50-50 percentage, and the entropy value we will calculate, if we calculate the entropy value, that will give us the value what? 1. Okay. So that is the basic concept regarding entropy as well as probability of the occurrence of each of the classes. Okay. Probability of each of the class. Let's erase this thing. This is just for discussion. Now, so we have calculated all the entropies. Now we will come for the information gain. What will be the information gain? So information gain is something like that. We have to calculate information gain, that is the expected reduction in entropy due to partitioning S on attribute A. So S is our decision tree. If we partition our decision tree based on the attribute A, the definition says gain S, A means reduction in entropy due to partitioning S on attribute A. So how much entropy is reducing, or what is the level of our uncertainty? If uncertainty is less, that means entropy is less, then information gain will be high. And if the information gain in any attribute is high, then